My name's Audrey from TeacherAudrey123.com, and on this channel you will find videos about teaching ESL online, creating an inspiration to keep on keeping on. In today's video, I am going to share with you 8 tips on how to successfully pass your demo lesson for the VIPKid hiring process. If you take the time to go through and learn these techniques and make sure that you are able to incorporate them into your demo lesson, I am confident that you will be able to pass the demo lesson. So with no further ado, let's get started. Okay, so tip number 1 is set up your teaching area. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have the proper equipment. You will need a computer or an iPad, a headset or earbuds, and a good lighting. You could sit your computer in front of a window or put some lamps in front of it. The second thing you will want to do is create an educational background. It does not have to be elaborate. There are many ways that you can do it. You could just find an area and print a few things off on the computer big and tape it onto the wall. You could go to Dollar Tree and they have letter strips, borders that you could purchase and post behind you. You could just find a bookshelf that has books and fix those up and maybe put a few dolls or a map or something on the background. You want to make sure you have your educational background because that is one thing that you will get points for. And then the last thing for the setup part is to make sure that you have a secondary reward. VIPKid rewards their students throughout the lessons for doing a good job, and they want you to have a visible reward at all times. And so I would recommend just seeing what you have around the house. You could find dolls or toys, and the kids could earn a toy each time. You could have a dice, and the students can earn points. If you do the dice and you write the points down, you will want to put the dry erase board in your background so you could write the points. In this video, you will find 5 reward ideas that you can use during your demo lessons, mock lessons, and all your lessons. Tip number 2 is to smile, 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 and have fun, fun, fun. We are connecting with kids across from the world, and most of these kids have been in school all day, and so they just need an upbeat and to have a fun learning experience. Now, if you've watched VIPKid videos on YouTube, you will know that there are some really high energized teachers, and I know sometimes I can be like that. But I also know that you can be low-key but still connect and have fun with your students. So when you're doing your recorded video, you want to show that in your video. And you can change it up by just changing your pitch, changing your movements, moving in towards the camera, moving out, and just smiling and making silly faces. So just the takeaway is to smile. They are looking for smiling and that you are serious and can have fun with this. Okay, so now the third tip is to model. As ESL teachers, we want to do the I do, we do, you do model. And this is where in the I do, the teacher shows the student what you want to do. The number 1 way of doing this is to use your mouse and write on the screen. You want to circle the word you're referring to, or point to the picture, or underline each word. If you want to impress the people who will be reviewing your video, be sure to write on each and every slide. Now, I will show you what it looks like to model. Say I want Johnny to circle sun because we've been learning sun and I want to see if he's made the connection between the picture and word. I could say, Sunny, circle sun. Circle sun. Good job, Sunny. Now, say that Sunny didn't circle sun with this model. I could then take my mouse and point to the sun on the screen and then again model circle sun. Now, the main takeaway of modeling is to make sure that the student knows exactly what you want them to do. And you are able to model by using TPR and or props. The fourth tip is to make sure that you have gathered props to use for your lesson. VIPKid requires their teachers to use 3 to 4 props in every lesson. So in your lesson, you want to think, what can I bring in to help model and elicit language from my students? The props I would recommend you having during your VIPKid lesson would be 1, the happy and sad faces, 2, a boy and girl printout or stuffed animals or dolls, and 3, a dry erase board with a marker or a piece of paper taped on a book and a dark marker that you could write on. You can watch this video up here to learn my thoughts on props and how to decide how many props to include in each lesson and why they are important. Tip number 4, make corrections. As you're recording your video, you want to pretend that those students have made some type of error, either responding with one-word answers or leaving out words or adding words. And you can do this by cupping your ear and acting like they gave you a one-word answer. Then you can elicit a full sentence. So say I ask, Johnny, how old are you? Good. I am 5 years old. Good job. Another common error is for the students to drop the articles the, and an. And so you could say, what do you see? And they could say, I see ball. You would want to correct by saying, I see a ball. Now be sure to watch my video on doing the recorded lesson because you will see that there are things that you don't say, you just think. So make sure you watch that so you don't get points off. So make sure you are listening for those errors and you are eliciting good English and good pronunciation. Okay, tip number 6. We want to make sure that we know the objective for each slide. VIPKid uses an IPEAD method, and the I means introduce, the P means practice, the E means evaluate, the A means apply, and the D means demonstrate. So depending on what slide you are on, depends on what you're doing and expecting from the student. I will do a video in the next few weeks demonstrating each of these letters and how you go about preparing to teach those slides. But one thing that you will want to know for your demo is that I is the introduce. You want to say the word in isolation twice, or if it's introduced for phonics, you are going to say each sound twice and then have the student repeat it. This helps solidify the target language that the student is learning. Then when we have practice, there's usually a blank or a question, and you're trying to get them to use that word in the blank. So for example, if our word is sad, I could say, how is he? He is sad, and elicit that sentence. Okay, so tip number 7 is TPR. You want to use TPR on every single slide. If you watch this video, you will learn what TPR is and how to use educational TPR and instructional TPR. It is vital that you use both of these in your lesson. You want to use them multiple times on each slide. You also want to do it in a way that maybe will connect your student to do it also. TPR is important because it helps make another connection with the word, which will allow stronger neurons to be formed in the brain, which will allow the concepts to be stored in the long-term memory. Woohoo! Woohoo! We made it to tip number 8. So, this tip is be on your A game when you do your demo lesson. If it's the smart demo, the recorded demo, or the live demo, make sure that you are prepared, you're put together, and ready to nail it. I recommend, 1, make sure you spend time learning these techniques that we've discussed in this video, asking questions, going through the slides, and practicing on camera. Number 2, be sure to wear an orange shirt. I highly suggest just going ahead and buying an orange shirt or finding one in the closet. If you don't have it, it's not the biggest deal, but it's just one way to show and represent the VIP community and to show that you care and are wanting to be connected in a deeper way and not just meet the minimum standards. And the last idea that I want you to take away is to doll up a little bit. Put on some makeup, put on some lipstick. It doesn't have to be bright lipstick. Mine has worn off, but just be sure to reapply the lipstick right before you get started. Make sure your hair looks nice. My protocol is dress a step above what's required of you. So when you're teaching in the ESL classroom, you can wear anything. You just have to have, it just can't be distracting. And you can have your hair pulled back in a ponytail, wear headbands. You don't have to do the makeup and the hair every day. So therefore, when you do the interview, it is important that you take the time and look just a little bit nicer. And it doesn't mean that you have to like paint anything on. Just be the natural you of when you wear makeup. If you typically don't wear makeup, don't feel like you have to. But just think about how you would do an interview for any other job. Okay, so those are the 8 tips about how to successfully pass your demo lesson. In the comments below, please let me know one thing that you learned and one question that you have. I would love to help you on your journey to becoming an ESL teacher, and I hope that this video sets you up for success. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye. See you next time.